how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Welcome to the 3 Looks 1 palette during Valenbean. I almost wasn't going to do a 3 Looks 1 palette video this week because I was doing Valentine's related tutorials. I just didn't think it would work, but then as I was filming other videos, I got to thinking that I had a couple more pink-based palettes, so I ran a poll on both Instagram stories and here on the community tab if I should do a 3 Looks 1 palette with the Lime Crime Venus 3 or with the Ace Beauté Blossom Passion, I think is what it's called. I thought for sure you guys were going to pick Blossom Passion, I don't know why, but an overwhelming amount of you guys picked the Venus 3. I think it's 50-50 here on the community tab. On Instagram stories it was like 70 to 30% voted for the Lime Crime one, so that is what I did today. And I mean, truly this is like a good, romantic, cute, Valentine's-y colored palette. Obviously, you don't have to wear these looks for Valentine's Day. That's not the point of this. This was kind of a loophole for me to do a 3 Looks 1 palette video, but still make it Valentine's appropriate for this week. So that's kind of what I did. I tried to keep all of these looks very simple because, in my opinion, this is a very simple palette. You don't go into this palette doing a lot of crazy, wild stuff. I mean, this is the only dark shade. These two look dark-ish in the pan, but as you can see on my eyes, they're not dark. They're pretty just bright, but not even that bright. Everything else is a lot more muted. Even these shimmers are not very metallic. I don't feel like the formula of this palette is the same as the Venus 1 and Venus 2. I feel like maybe Bliss and Dreamy are kind of similar because they do that really cool, just soft focus filtered effect that their mattes typically do. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone else, but that's how I describe Lime Crime's matte formula. These shimmers are not even really shimmers. They're just kind of like wet glazes. I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, it still works. It's still cute. You can create soft looks with it. And as you saw from the intro, I created this two-tone look right here. I did more of that grungy halo eye, and then I did that more pretty pinkish smoky eye with the glitter wing. I don't know how else to explain any of this stuff. But anyways, let's just get into creating these looks, and then we will talk more about my thoughts on this palette at the end. I'm going in first with the shade Ecstasy, and I'm simply just packing this all over the lid. I'm not doing anything too crazy at this moment. Side note, someone started mowing the lawn right as I decided to start filming this voiceover, so just ignore it if you can hear it. I apologize deeply. I'm also starting to create a small wing-like shape in that outer corner, as you can see here, just building up that rough wing-like shape and smoking in this shade out underneath that lower lash line and carrying it up into that wing-like shape. Then I'm just going through with just a random fat eyeshadow brush to start smudging out that edge. I'm now going in with the shade Dreamy, and I'm simply just buffing that shade right along the edge of where we were placing that darker Ecstasy shade, just to create a nice soft gradient from the brownish color to this soft pinky color. Nothing too wild and crazy. I wanted this to just be smoked out and diffused. And then just re-intensifying some of the Ecstasy where I see fit. Going in now with Heavenly, I was heavily packing this in the inner corner, and you can see I am kind of struggling to make the shade do something, and eventually I just give up and use my finger to pack it on the inner corner because this did not want to build up very easily. It's very glossy of a texture. It's very odd. Next, taking my Stila next to Notte Magnificent Metals glitter eyeshadow, I'm going to draw a wing with this glitter eyeshadow. I'm just taking a bent liner brush. I don't know where this one is from, and I'm just building up the wing to my desired liking. I like a very large, dramatic, bold wing, but you do what you want to with this step. You don't even have to do the wing if you don't want to. Next, taking my Flutter Lashes Crazed lashes and my Jeffree Star Androgyny liquid lipstick, I'm popping that on, and that'll be it for this first look. Starting the second look off with Ecstasy again, I'm just simply tucking this in the outer corner and a little bit in the inner corner, and then beginning to carry it through the crease, basically just keeping it nice and low in the crease as I would normally do, all the way from inner to outer corner. And then I'm just going to continue to slightly build it up a little bit more in that outer corner, as well as smoke it out underneath that lower lash line, just creating pretty much a halo of this brown shade all around the eye. Nothing too revolutionary. I'm also beginning to kind of heavily smoke this out in the inner corner as well. Next, taking the shade Beloved, I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm just blending right along that edge, just trying to really smoke it out. And I really heavily focused on that inner corner because I decided I want a grungy effect with this look pretty much at this step. So I'm just going through and carrying the shade all the way around that edge of the brown. And I'm just not being weary of smoking it out. I'm making sure this is very blown out and very grungy, very smoky. I was really enjoying giving that inner corner some extra grungy love. It was fun. I'm just taking a small pencil brush and heavily packing more of that ecstasy on the inner and outer corner of the eye because I decided at this step that I wanted to do a little bit of a halo effect. I didn't really have a plan going into this look at all, to be honest with you. Also re-intensified it underneath that lower lash line. Now I'm taking the shade Beam, and I just want this shade in the middle of the eye and then have it fade into the ecstasy shades in the inner and outer corner. I also popped this in the inner corner as well. And again, this shade has a weird texture, so I ended up just going in with my finger because it made it apply a little bit easier. Then going in with my Beauty Bakery Lollipop liner, I drew a really big wing. Again, this is optional, but I wanted to have a wing with this look. I thought it looked really cute. And finally, going in with my Flutter Lashes Crazed Lashes and my Dose of Colors Mood Liquid Lipstick, that will be it for the second look. I'm starting this last look off first with the shade Paradise, and I'm just taking that on an eyeshadow brush, and I'm just heavily packing that all over the lid, kind of focusing it in the lower crease and kind of angling it out just slightly so it's a little bit of a wing-like shape. And then I'm going to go through with a fluffy brush just to buff out those edges just so it's nice and soft. I'm not going in with any other shadows on the lid, so just blend this until it's blended to the amount of blend that you prefer. How many times can I say blend? And again, I'm just kind of winging out that shape so it's just a little more elongated. Now I'm going in with Bliss on the other eye, and I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm packing the shadow all over the lid, tucking it a little bit in the lower crease, and beginning to build up that angled shape in the outer corner of the eye. And then going in with a very similar blending brush and just buffing and blending that out. And again, I'm not going in with any other shadows, so I'm just going to blend this until it is as diffused as I would like it. Now I'm going in with this brown eyeliner pencil from Pixie. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's just a brown eyeliner. And I'm just smudging that all in the waterline and right underneath that lower lash line, and then just taking a pencil brush and smudging that out with no product on it just to get it nice and soft and diffused. But it's still going to look crazy at first, just go with it. And then I'm going in with Ecstasy again. This has been the star of the show for this palette, and I'm just going to be smudging that shade all over where we were just having that liner. And then I'm just taking the corresponding blending brushes and smoking out that edge even more. Going in with Rapture, I'm just tucking that in the inner corners of the eyes just for a little pop of brightness. And then I'm taking the shade Beam on my finger and popping that on my purple lid. And then taking Heavenly, I'm going to take my finger and pop it on the pink lid. And then I'm taking my Milk Makeup Kush mascara because I didn't feel like wearing lashes, and my Milk Makeup Heart Tattoo stamp, and just putting two cute little hearts right underneath my eyes. And then taking my Dose of Colors Stone Liquid Lipstick, I'm popping that on my lips, and that'll be it for this third and final look. That's it. Those are my looks. Let me know which look was your favorite. I did like all of these looks. I do feel like I liked that first look, but I feel like it's probably just because of the glitter wing. I felt really cute in that glitter wing. Let's talk about this palette. I feel like I didn't really play with it that much before this 3 Looks 1 palette right here. I maybe only touched it once, maybe twice. So I've used it about 5 times now, and I don't love it. Just being frank with you. I love Bliss. I think Bliss is a really cool shade, and I really like Dreamy. It's a really pretty, just soft pink that buffs shadows out really well. But as a general rule, I don't think I'm really gonna reach for this that often. I just don't find it very necessary and vital to have. If you don't have anything like it in your collection, I still wouldn't necessarily recommend it because I feel like you can get better pinky eyeshadow palettes. And also, looking at the cover of this, you would expect it to be very purple themed, and it's just not at all. Even the purple is a little more pinky purple, but it's not a bad palette. The formula is not horrible. It's definitely not the same as the first Venus palette or the second Venus palette. It's just not my favorite. It's just very it just didn't really hit the mark, you know? So, I mean, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I like the looks I created. I just don't think I'm really gonna need to reach for it ever again. So that's that. Let me know what you think of this palette. Do you have similar opinions to me? Do you love this palette? If you love this palette, I'm not trying to hate on you. Don't come for me. That's just my opinion. I have a very large collection, and just because one palette is my least favorite out of the bajillion palettes that I have, it doesn't mean that I dislike you. And again, it's not a horrible palette, it's just not there. But let me know what you think of this palette. Let me know what you think of these looks. Which look was your favorite? I feel like they still kind of capture the Valentine's Day essence, but again, you don't have to wear these on Valentine's Day. Even with this look, you don't have to do the hearts. You could do just one eye. You can do whatever you want. I'm not here to boss you around. If you enjoyed this 3 looks 1 palette video, please give it a thumbs up. I like making these. Let me know which 3 looks 1 palettes you want to see in the future. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. I post every single day, and don't forget to subscribe here before you leave. I post every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Let me know what videos you want to see on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.